In the beginning, we meet a girl named Shirayuki wandering through a forest. She discovers a special herb called spellamiso and rushes back to town after hearing the clock tower ring, reminding her to open her shop. On the other side of the story, Prince Raji is on a quest to find the most beautiful girl in his kingdom to be his concubine. His informant suggests Shirayuki, known for her exceptionally rare red hair. Shirayuki, a talented pharmacist, helps the people in her town. However, her peaceful life takes a dark turn when a guard informs her that she must become Prince Raji's concubine. Faced with the threat, she decides to escape. In the quiet evening, Shirayuki, full of despair, contemplates her situation. She devises a plan, helps the people in her town, and then bravely cuts off her distinctive red hair. That night, she leaves the country on a carriage, determined to avoid the fate forced upon her. As she travels on foot through the forest, she stumbles upon an old house. Here, she meets Zen, a boy with a friendly smile. However, Zen's initial suspicion turns into laughter as Shirayuki proves her good intentions. Zen, along with his friends Mitsuhide and Kiki, invites Shirayuki into their home. As they spend time together, Zen learns about Shirayuki's troubled past and the reason for her escape. The story takes an unexpected turn when Shirayuki discovers her cut hair tied to a basket of apples. The note reveals that Prince Raji is aware of her presence and wants her back. Shirayuki's attempt to escape seems futile when Zen, after consuming a poisoned apple, collapses. The same guard from her town appears, offering an antidote in exchange for Shirayuki's compliance with Prince Raji's wishes. Reluctantly, she agrees, but Zen, having built immunity to poisons over the years, intervenes. Zen reveals himself as the second prince of Clarines and strikes a deal with Prince Raji to avoid a potential war. Shirayuki, now free, thanks Zen and apologizes for the trouble. Zen, ignoring his royal status, offers her a chance for a new life in Clarines, emphasizing the importance of choosing one's own path. As they join hands, Shirayuki embarks on a journey towards her newfound freedom and opportunities in Clarines. Early in the morning, Shirayuki's landlord brings her fresh bread in exchange for medicinal soup, hinting at a friendly community in Clarines. Shirayuki plans to find a job but faces rejection at the pharmacy. The court pharmacist suggests she apply for a position at the royal court, given her education. On her way to visit Zen at Wistle Castle, Shirayuki surprises the guards with her red hair. Zen, trying to escape his duties, casually converses with her over the fence, and they share a light moment. Zen offers to accompany her on her journey, and they discuss her love for Clarines during a carriage ride. Upon reaching the port town, Shirayuki's red hair attracts attention. The story takes a turn when she boards a ship to study medicinal herbs in the mountains. Meanwhile, Zen trains with his friends, inspired by the positive impact Shirayuki has on him, known as the Shirayuki effect. In the mountains, Shirayuki is unexpectedly attacked and kidnapped by Mihaya, who plans to sell her to the highest bidder. Trapped in a cell, Shirayuki uses her resourcefulness to escape and confront Mihaya. Despite initial success, she faces challenges, but Zen intervenes, revealing himself as the prince and ensuring her safety. As Mihaya is arrested, Shirayuki shows kindness by providing medicine for his wounds. The next day, Zen, seemingly upset, questions Shirayuki about her true intentions. She explains her desire to explore his country and understand his way of life. Zen, holding her hand, expresses happiness at her journey and thanks her for staying safe. This tale combines elements of adventure, friendship, and courage, keeping viewers engaged in Shirayuki's journey of self-discovery and the unexpected bond she forms with Zen in the enchanting world of Clarines. Shirayuki wakes up at her desk, having fallen asleep while studying for the court pharmacist exam. She enjoys the sunrise at her new home, reflecting on her life in Clarines. Heading to the palace, she encounters guards, Kai and Shira, who recognize her. A man, needing an ID tag, prompts her curiosity. Led by Mitsuhide, Shirayuki enters Zen's office to find him overworked. Kiki suggests she spend time with Zen to help him relax. Zen, exhausted, falls asleep, and Shirayuki covers him with a blanket, studying beside him. Later, Lord Haruka expresses displeasure over Shirayuki's presence, thinking it harms Zen's reputation. Haruka orders a mysterious man, Obi, to deal with Shirayuki. Obi tries to prevent her entry, but she overhears his fake order and flees. Unaware of the scheme, Shirayuki encounters guards who apologize for stopping her. Ignoring an arrow warning from Obi, she faces more obstacles but reaches Zen. Shirayuki tells Zen about the arrow, and he's furious but powerless without proof. She wants to confront the culprit herself, and Zen reluctantly agrees, advising her to use his name if things get dangerous. Shirayuki wonders who wants her gone and decides to find out. Lord Haruka confronts Shirayuki, accusing her of breaking in. She challenges his sword, and he retreats, revealing Obi's involvement. Zen appears, putting Haruka in his place. Zen deals with Obi, pushing him off a balcony, but Obi lands gracefully. Zen orders Kiki and Mitsuhide to watch Obi, who promises not to harm Shirayuki. Shirayuki reveals her plan to apply as a court pharmacist, and Zen congratulates her, proud that she's finding her own way. They watch the sunset together, strengthening their bond in the vibrant world of chlorines. Garak, the head pharmacist at the palace, sits in her office reviewing a paper completed by Ryu. She consults her assistant, Yatsufusa, and they find the exam subject designed by Ryu interesting for new apprentices. Meanwhile, Zen, Mitsuhide, and Kiki discover a sign announcing the palace examination starting today, and Shirayuki arrives with other examinees. Initially informed that the test isn't ready, the applicants are free to explore the grounds. Shirayuki notices Ryu and follows him, finding a vast outdoor herb garden where he gathers ingredients. Ryu is surprised by her red hair, resembling his favorite herb flower, urashigure. After Ryu leaves, Zen and the others greet Shirayuki. Zen asks if she's nervous, and she grabs his hand, feeling empowered. At the exam, Garak welcomes the newcomers, explaining the path to becoming a court pharmacist. Applicants must care for an herb garden for 3 days, mimicking an apprentice's role. Obi notices Shirayuki's hard work. In the evening, Zen finds Shirayuki working late in one of the herb houses. Curious, he observes her examining aqueducts. She's impressed and realizes the water has toxins. Zen hears someone in the bushes, but is distracted by Shirayuki, preventing an attack. The door slams shut, locking them in until morning. Zen points out the risk to Shirayuki's exam if he's found in the herb house. She wonders why he's there, and Zen learns about her interest in unique plants. They discover toxins in the water, and together, they spend the night replanting the herbs. Garak and Yatsufusa find them in the morning, amused by their teamwork. Shirayuki passes the test and begins her apprenticeship. On her first day, assigned to Ryu, she enters respectfully. Ryu, uncomfortable with the formality, tells her he's just a kid. During a pharmacy visit, the patient fears Ryu's medicines due to his focus on poisonous plants. Shirayuki defends Ryu passionately. Later, Shirayuki reads Zen's medical history and discovers his childhood poisoning. Overwhelmed, she breaks down in tears. Ryu finds her crying and informs Zen, who rushes to comfort her. Zen embraces Shirayuki, promising to stay by her side. Ryu, witnessing their bond, joins Mitsuhide and Kiki in the training area. Shirayuki runs to Ryu, concerned about scaring him earlier. They share a moment, and he uses her name for the first time. Shirayuki forgives him and appreciates his effort. The wind blows her hair, reminding Ryu of urashigure, and he accidentally utters its name. Zen interrupts, expressing interest in the flower. Mitsuhide and Kiki suspect Zen's jealousy, but Shirayuki invites him to see the blooms together, smoothing over any tension. Zen, Mitsuhide, and Kiki ride horseback to visit Fort Laxto, a fort under Zen's care that hasn't sent status reports. Shirayuki accompanies them to pick up supplies. Dropped off in a nearby town due to the hurry, Zen warns her not to wander, considering her past day trip troubles. Arriving at the seemingly abandoned fort, Mitsuhide calls out, and a weak boy, Shuka, stumbles out. Shuka believes the fort is possessed by an evil spirit, causing everyone to fall ill. Obi, returning to Zen, relays the news that everyone inside is sleeping. Investigating, they find soldiers in the main hall, bedridden for 20 days. Shuka reveals the doctor fell ill, and they assumed an evil spirit caused it. Zen decides to stay, leaving Shuka outside. Obi suggests fetching Shirayuki to treat the soldiers, and Mitsuhide heads to the town to bring her. Shirayuki arrives, attending to Shuka first. Examining the situation, she discovers the soldier's illness is due to burning poisonous wood. Preventing further exposure, she bursts outside to inform Zen. Shirayuki collapses, hands burnt, but relieved to find the cause. Zen, acknowledging her efforts, asks her to stay longer, caring for the soldiers. After days of Shirayuki's treatment, the soldiers recover swiftly. Mitsuhide gathers information on bandits responsible for the poisonous wood and theft. Zen allows Obi to hunt them. Shuka brings potatoes to the kitchen, finding Shirayuki cooking. Concerned about Zen's view of the fort, he worries they won't return. Shirayuki reassures him and hopes for a brighter future. Shirayuki writes treatment documents. Exhausted, Zen enters, noting soldiers' progress. Outside, Mitsuhide teases Zen about his supposed dislike for the cold. Obi watches Shirayuki, struggling but determined. He catches her, breaking Zen's orders, and Shirayuki asks him not to tell anyone, prioritizing the soldiers' recovery. Soldiers resume duties, and Zen and the others prepare to leave. Shuka worries about Zen's perception of the fort. Shirayuki assures him of Zen's concern for their well-being. In her room, Shirayuki struggles with exhaustion. Zen surprises her, informing about active soldiers. Meanwhile, Obi returns from hunting the bandits. They set out immediately and defeat the bandits, recovering stolen weapons and armor. Zen returns to Shirayuki, apologizing for not noticing her exhaustion. He orders her not to hide such things, appreciating her dedication. In the moonlight, he kisses her hand, and they confess to being each other's driving force. The next day, they depart for Wistle Castle. Shuka promises to write to Shirayuki, and soldiers express gratitude from the fort's walls. The group bids farewell, heading home together. Shirayuki shares the events at Fort Lockstow with Garak Gazalt and Ryu. Impressed, they praise her work. Advised to take the day off, Shirayuki agrees. The next day, she meets Zen, now dressed as an apprentice. Zen, busy with fort matters, foresees a delay in their meetings. Concerned, Zen asks if she minds the possibility of not seeing each other. Later, Zen, Kiki, and Mitsuhide report on Fort Lockstow. Obi notices changes in guard stations and a scratch on his cheek. In the castle, Zen is stopped by guards. Zen understands the reason, asking his attendants to make themselves presentable. Obi, summoned by Zen, receives a task. A messenger delivers a letter to Zen. Reading it, Zen warns Obi to wait for his return. Shirayuki is summoned to a room called Chanting Flowers. Zen, Mitsuhide, and Kiki enter a room where Izana, Zen's brother, awaits. Izana questions Zen about the fort incident and punishes him by removing his oversight of Lockstow for 6 months. Zen accepts and is surprised when Izana reveals Shirayuki. Alone with Shirayuki, Izana discusses their relationship, questioning Zen's judgment. Later, Prince Raji arrives and Zen, Mitsuhide, and Kiki find Izana's invitation suspicious. At the gathering, Mitsuhide and Kiki discuss Izana's motives. Obi joins Shirayuki, revealing his relief from duty. Curious about Raji, Obi suggests spying on the event. Zen, Izana, and Reiji exchange formal greetings. Izana questions Raji about his past with a girl with red hair, hinting at Shirayuki. Zen defends Reiji's claim of just meeting her. Izana suspects lingering feelings and invites Shirayuki. Leaving the area, Shirayuki worries about her place in Clarines. Zen tries to get Raji to clarify his relationship with Shirayuki. Raji panics, exaggerating a statement about Zen and Shirayuki's engagement. Zen clarifies later, assuring Shirayuki's presence in Clarines. Shirayuki, uncertain about the future, rushes to find Zen but can't locate him.